Welcome to a return stream. Where the hell have I been? It's been a while since I did a stream or any videos whatsoever. I expect people will start rolling in as this progresses. But welcome to a stream, everyone. I'm gonna bring some of the boys on soon. But I wanted to take the first like 5 to 10 minutes, just me talking to you, giving a little update on where I've actually been. So Lisa, Mystic, Ginger. Yo, Max, I missed you, man. Caught the reference, I know. Dom, what's up, dude? So where on earth have I been? Well, for lack of a better wording, I've just been busy. Life has been kind of kicking my ass lately. But we move forward regardless. Now, I have got a lot I want to say in regards to videos and streams. I did plan on bringing Kings of Pop Culture back, rebooted and fresh. And that's still very much in the plan. I still want to do that and make it an every 2 weeks kind of thing. It's just, as of right now, there's so many things that I'm focusing on because New Jersey is just around the corner where all of the Kings are going to assemble stateside, and got to work. You got to work and you got to earn the money. So that's been kind of taking precedence. Just a mixture of other stuff anyway. But here we are. I will answer this immediately because 3 people have messaged me about it saying, hey, are we going to get any Cobra Kai videos? Yes, you will be getting some Cobra Kai videos. So, don't worry about that. I still have a plethora of videos for you guys to come. The show is said and done, but the fandom never fades. It never goes. So I'll still be talking about it months from now, years from now, whenever the fudge. So I'll bring the boys in like 3 or 4 or 5 minutes. But it's nice to get back to form. It's been a minute since I've streamed. John Cena turned heel. What? Then you've got Daredevil, it's been decent. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that it's the best thing since sliced bread and that it's saved Marvel. I still have yet to watch an episode of this current crop of Daredevil that pulls me in, that give me something. It hasn't quite done that for me yet. But it's not bad. It's just not great either. It's just kind of like, okay, it's all right. I expect it to pick up the minute Punisher, is involved. And it's not because I'm a raging psychopath. It's just because I think, John Bernthal plays the Punisher with such grace and has such a presence to him. There's such a tenacity there that I almost can't fathom a world where it doesn't work the more you use Punisher. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. So that should be fun. And I know there's an episode releasing later on as well. Seeing John Cena go absolutely ham on the WWE crowd this morning was freaking dope. I absolutely love that. I think, it's very much an energy of what are you actually doing? What are you contributing to society? I'm glad that we're now in an era where we're starting to ask these questions of entitled fans. It's like, oh, but I get what I want. No, what are you actually? What are you doing? What are you doing? I think it's time. And I also want to rant on Marvel a little bit because it wouldn't be a stream with me if I didn't have some kind of rant going off at some stage or another. And quite frankly, there's an article that I read in regards to Marvel and their plan for Doctor Doom and their plan for... It's what the Russo brothers said. They said that this is very much... not an ending, it's a beginning. And that communicates to me a reboot of the MCU is coming. That means we're going to get new Steve Rogers, new Tony Stark. Oh, but what about... I don't know. There's going to be a soft reboot. It's probably going to happen. Bro didn't stick to his word about the Cobra Kai content. Boom! See, I'm already being held to task straight away. I'm glad that people can keep me accountable. Did you know that heel is a term for about... Yes, Dom. I know that. I'm a WWE nerd. But welcome, everyone, one and all. I can see I got some of the boys backstage. I'll bring them on in about 20 seconds. I will be probably streaming live for about an hour or so. So once New Jersey is said and done. Kings of Pop Culture will be rebooted. It'll be every 2 weeks. It's just with New Jersey coming up, I've got to work so much, like way more shifts, earn way more money, and it's just taking precedence at the minute. But I really wanted to get on here and do a stream. It's been a minute, and like I said, I know that my viewership will go down because Cobra Kai is done. I accepted that ages ago. So to the 20 people that are watching right now, I appreciate you. Obviously, YouTube is what it is, and the algorithm is what it is. People will only jump in and out when they know about it. This was impromptu. I literally did this off the cuff. So, hey, we'll see how we do. But I do have a lot I want to say in regards to a few things. But before I go any further, I'm going to bring two of my boys on. We got Kevin here, and we got my bro Danny. It's been a minute. The link has finally dropped. Kevin, how are you, bro?
Been pretty good.
Nice. I like the jacket, dude. Danny, how are you, sir? How are you? Talk to me, Goose.
Spirit bomb. What's going on, people? How y'all doing?
A lot better than the one Ray Palpatine did.
Okay.
But, don't worry, Robbie. I know you'll never leave. I know. Unlike his own father, I know you'll never leave. I'm not going anywhere. Oh, I appreciate you, Sean. Okay, so a lot of this stream was impromptu. John Cena turned heel. That's crazy. Daredevil. To everyone that's putting stock into Daredevil's going to save Marvel, no, it's not. Has it blown me away? There's something missing, right? There's something missing to me, and I may be in the minority here, and I probably am, and no shade to anyone that's enjoying Daredevil, but for me personally, I'm meh on it. I'm very meh.
Viewership says the otherwise, because I don't care what the other boys say. Agatha should not be passing up Daredevil. I don't care I don't care. It's a mature show or anything like that. Nah, like Daredevil, the name in itself should be like selling the MCU, and like the fact that Agatha Harkness is getting more viewership than Daredevil. That's not good. That's a sign.
For me, I'm not getting hooked. If you know what I mean. I did say at the start of the stream, I feel like the minute Punisher's brought in, then I'll start getting hooked. Mostly because there's a guy going around shooting people. Let's just call it what it is. But let's just call it what it is. We all like violence. We're all sick-minded individuals. But as of 3 episodes, I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind, and I'm waiting for the season to finish. But I need to be pulled in. Pull me in. Like season 1, 2, and 3 of Netflix did that straight away. So I got to remember it's a Disney era now. And hey, just because, it's dark and it's violent, that doesn't mean that's going to keep me interested. Terrify is dark and violent, but I can't be asked to watch it. Like, it doesn't, I need some gravity,
Mm-hmm.
John Cena turning heel, freaking love that. But let's get to the meat and potatoes of the actual problem that I have here. These articles I'm reading about Doomsday and Secret Wars, I'm getting more concerned as time goes along. And look, we know that they didn't have a plan. We know. But the fact that the Russos say it's a beginning and not an ending, we've speculated for a long time that a reboot of the MCU is
Who is leading the charge on that one, by the way?
Yeah, all right, there you go. Give the man his flowers.
Told y'all,
and the reason why is you've got an opportunity. Oh, but what about Steve? What about Nat? It doesn't matter. The show goes on. Doesn't matter. They've expended a lot of their main storylines already. If there's a chance to do a comic accurate Civil War with all the characters, X-Men, Fantastic Four, Avengers, they will do it. It doesn't mean that it will be any better than the Civil War we got, and it probably won't be. But if there's an opportunity to start doing comic book accurate storylines where you have certain characters interacting with certain characters, and now we've seen multiple actors play different multiple versions. At least to me, I feel like while watching this news, I'm like, yeah, they're gonna reboot. So let's just call it what it is, right? They say that they can't reveal why RDJ is Doom. We speculated because we didn't fanboy and lose our shit because it makes no sense that RDJ's as Doctor. It makes no fucking sense. It makes
I call it desperation. Well, let's just keep it real. It's just let's just keep it real. It's desperation from the MCU.
What they're gonna do is they're gonna have RDJ as Tony Stark. Then they're gonna have Doctor Doom. You won't see who he is. Doctor Doom take over his body, some kind of body snatcher shit.
Oh God!
Then because it's gonna be they're gonna possess Tony Stark's body. Like it was done in the comic. That's basically the route they're gonna go. And then Tony's gonna walk into the Avengers HQ now as Doom, and then just wipe the original event. That's probably what.
It could. There's another version that I could say this too. Like shout out to my boy Phantom. He thinks that it might just be an alternate Doctor Doom. Like what would happen if Tony never went into the cave type of version or whatever. Like if he was always victim.
Doctor Doom. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But like, what do you expect from the MCU now? Like, you know, most of the people now are like. This is why I keep on saying I don't think Kevin Feige's this ultimate genius like he claims to be, because like it's showing like
he just had to slide
he's not a genius. He's not a genius. I'm sorry. Like I know maybe there are people that still believe that he's some type of like Marvel savior. He's not. Like this man, like once everybody on his team is gone, because he has the keys to the whole entire kingdom. Like he can do whatever he wants. He approves everything. So from now on, this is the Kevin Feige era. And he had like what has been happening the last couple of years. You got maybe 3 or 4 projects that are kind of somewhat good that people are kind of talking about, and then the rest are either mediocre, not memorable, or just straight up ass.
Well,
that's just my opinion.
The thing is, it's like I don't mind if they want to reboot certain things. We knew this was coming, but then it begs the question. What's going to happen with the transitional characters like Yelena, Bucky, Sam? What's going to happen with those guys? Like so now you go open that Pandora's box. Like I guarantee you.
Let's see what Kevin said. Kevin, what do you think, man?
2 separate Earths. That's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I hate this. They have written themselves in the corner. I've been very vocal how I feel about RDJ as Doom. I think this is the dumbest fucking thing they could fucking do right now.
Thank you.
I as soon as they made that announcement, my excitement for Secret Wars went down the drain. They completely butchered Kang. They ruined the multiverse. They butchered the multiverse saga. Now, yes, a reboot is inevitable, but at this point, it comes down to the point where I feel like they should have just rebooted after Endgame, if I'm being honest.
I mean, yeah, I don't disagree looking back, to be honest. They just
you want to know who kept on saying that for years? This guy. This guy.
I have been, and we all, and shout out to RJ and the other guys. I know they're not here with us right now, but we can all agree. For the longest time, we've all known each other, and hell, back to when we started this, Danny, we've all said we want Marvel and DC to be like this, running in sync with each other.
Yeah, for sure.
Until Marvel takes a slap on the ass. And right now, it's time. It's like I said to you guys last week. DC's strategy, whatever you think about it, right? You got Sholo for Blue Beetle.
It's something.
Good upcoming generation talent right there. Mm-hmm. You've got Aaron Pierre, same thing. Robert Pattinson, not even a question.
David Corenswet,
Hal Jordan, same thing. David Corenswet, of course. If you get like even Tanner Buchanan as Robin, like DC's approach to where that and make that happen. You've got DC's approach to where they're going. Marvel's response is Pedro Pascal. Now, no shade to Pedro, but it's the problem that Marvel have right now where they think we're going to slap a name on it. You're going to go and watch, regardless if it's shit. Whereas with DC,
the box office says otherwise because, like, once again, and I've been saying this for years, and we saw with the Captain America movie, like with Falcon, like with Anthony Mackie's Captain America or whatever. Like I've been saying this for years. I'm still standing on 10 toes down. I don't think Kevin Feige cares about black superheroes. That's just me or whatever. But you see how much marketing that they put towards it with that particular movie. Not only did they did not show Anthony Mackie any respect, because guess what? They talked about thinking that Chris Evans was planning on maybe coming back in the MCU 2 months before that movie dropped. That tells me they did not have any faith in that movie. Like, people are talking about it's the 31st grossing MCU movie of all time. Dog, you mean it's like almost second to last in last place, and we're celebrating that? We're celebrating that. We're celebrating that, or whatever.
That pisses me off. And this is like, here's the thing.
We're celebrating.
Yeah, sorry.
We're celebrating that. I'm sorry. Like, go ahead, Kevin. Like, I didn't like the movie, but go ahead. Maybe somebody might like it or whatever. I didn't like it.
It just with how each film, because this is coming from somebody that actually likes Sam becoming Cap. I liked in the comics.
Thank you.
They did such a bad job trying to set that up. I've always said this: Falcon the Winter Soldier should have just been Captain America 4. I stand on that. I feel like you could have made that word, take the Flag Smashers out and put an actual Captain America villain. What do you do instead?
In the film.
Yeah. What do they do instead? Let's put the leader in the movie. Let's put Red Hulk in the movie. Let's put Sabra, a character barely anybody has ever heard of, and butcher the leader's design.
And switch their origin too, for other reasons, but we're not getting into that in everything. Yeah.
Here's I was gonna give them I was gonna be open minded because I heard Diamondback was gonna be in a movie. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll give it a chance. Diamondback, they took Diamondback out of the movie.
They cut it out.
Yeah, they cut the Serpent Society out of the movie. Granted, they were gonna butcher the Serpent Society anyway, but still, at least those would have been actual Captain America villains. You could have had. I would have even taken like the Red Skull's granddaughter. Would it have made sense? Probably not. But I would have preferred that over Red Hulk being in a Captain America movie. Like the setup was just not there. That is my biggest problem. I like Sam as Cap. I think he's a great. I really liked his journey. I loved his journey in the comics, but the way they did in the MCU, they did it so poorly. And
I keep on trying to tell y'all, Kevin Feige doesn't care about black superheroes, man. Yeah. I'm telling you, like he does not care
anyway. Like, if you're gonna make him Cap, I think you should have waited until like maybe near the end of Phase 4 to do it.
It's true.
We should have had Sam as Falcon a little bit more, given the history of Falcon.
When you look at Sam's journey, his best movie,
he should have been Falcon.
His best movie is Winter Soldier.
Oh yeah, 100%.
He's in the most. In Civil War, he's there, but he
doesn't really do much.
In Age of Ultron, he's a cameo. Infinity War, he's just kind of there. Endgame, he appears.
This is how I could.
Where's the build?
This is how I could have saved this move. This is how I could have saved this move for Captain America 4.
Here we go.
Don't call it Captain America 4. You call it Falcon. You get new eyes on that, because like, once again, like, Falcon is like is a historically black hero. Like, the way you can get him in there to make him better or whatever is you make it
on the Captain America name. That's all.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're trying to cash on the Captain America name, where like Sam, and we saw him throughout the whole entire MCU standing on his own merit. He was really good as Falcon, and then like you try to sell him as Captain America. A lot of people wasn't feeling it or whatever. Like, you set Anthony Mackie up for failure, bro. Like, I hate. You set him up for failure because you put him in a situation where he feels like he has to please this side of the audience, and then he has to please this side of the audience, and then a lot of people already like wrote the movie off, including myself or whatever. No offense, Anthony Mackie. I'm just not gonna support that type of character or anything, because like I believe that you are great as Falcon or whatever, but like you could have like made it a Falcon mission or whatever, cut the budget down, make it a $50 million budget or $100 million budget. And it would have been doing good if the budget wasn't so high or whatever. And if you got like a decent amount of writers, bring in the Serpent Society like you guys were talking about. Also, like maybe like hint that maybe Red Skull could be coming back, something along those lines, and have Falcon like take on some Captain America villains. Bada bing, bada boom. You got like at least $400, $500 million movie that's grossing. That would have sold. I guarantee you.
Yeah. To piggyback off that point, go ahead, Jacob.
No, you got.
All right. To piggyback off the Red Skull point,
cutting people off this year, so you go ahead.
Yeah. So I think that's what I'm going to be doing. To piggyback off the Red Skull point, if anybody has seen Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, if you remember that Red Skull twist, that's what they should have done.
Yeah.
I forget the character name, but Red Skull, he was disguised as like that one politician. I forget. It's been a while, but I think that's what they should have done.
Yeah. They should have done that, whatever. Because who cares about the Incredible Hulk villains? Like
at this,
in all the marketing for Cat 4, the biggest twist of the movie is Thaddeus becoming Red Hulk, right? You spoiled it in the whole freaking promo, the trailer, and the reason.
And that Red Hulk CGI was. That Red Hulk CGI was horrible, bro. Yeah. PlayStation 2 graphics were better.
And I'm tired of this. Can we stop doing this? We need to normalize some kind of way around this talking a character down. Like, think of Cherry Blossoms. Like, can we, don't get me wrong, it's very much in line with Sam Wilson as a character. That I don't have a problem with. The problem is it's being overdone now. It's an overdone. Where it's like, okay, the sun's getting down, it's getting real low. Like, can we stop doing this fucking horseshit? Like, can we enough now? And Red Hulk, right? For as bad as the CGI was, the amount of dirt he was putting in for like that 5 minutes. If you can do that for Red Hulk, where is this for Hulk? Like,
I
haven't seen this in like nearly 7.
But the Hulk is a nice guy, though, man. He's a nice guy. He mastered his feelings. He conquered his feelings.
I never watched the Hulk.
With that.
I never watched the Hulk. But I saw the scene of Abomination and Hulk and that, and I looked at it, and I'm like, ugh.
But
as a She-Hulk fan, that pissed me off so much.
I love She-Hulk in the comics. She's one of my favorite characters in the comics. I love She-Hulk in the comics. In this, she's fucking poor. Like, but
that's the problem with the MCU. You don't even remember the She-Hulk.
I'm ready.
You don't even remember. You don't even remember She-Hulk or whatever. You don't remember any of these projects, bro. Like you get like I don't. I like I. Like, how many people are talking about they love the She-Hulk show? How many people are talking about like?
I mean,
it's like Moon Knight.
Forgot about that, didn't they?
The Moon Knight had potential, but guess what? Like, it was boring. It was boring. It was so boring. Like, I couldn't even tell you.
Well, no, I'll tell you what happened. Endgame came out, slapped international success. Back to back with Infinity War. Marvel were thinking, the dollars. They got cocky.
Hey, you forgot about Captain Marvel, man.
Because you don't set up, right? They set up cosmic, grounded, street level mutants, Inhumans, cosmic, eternal.
Humans, that's not gonna happen.
Everything up just to say they bit off way more than they could chew. They got cocky. They went in 50 million different.
Hey, you know who was supposed to be in charge of that?
Credit scenes that go nowhere. And now they're sitting there thinking, how are we going to wrap this all up? Well, now it's going to be the most contrived freaking mess I have ever seen. Like, just tell me when Doomsday and Secret Wars are out. Because as a fan... You
know who was supposed to be in charge of this next...
Good.
You know who was supposed to be in charge of these next couple of phases? It was supposed to be James Gunn. But he got in that trouble stuff. And then, like,
but the thing is that, as a fan, we'd be lying if we said that we're not looking forward to Doomsday and Secret Wars. Why? Because it's the main event. Regardless if it probably turns out shit, it'll still be fun, minimum. But that's the main event. Everything that builds up to it or that set it up has meant nothing. And even with all, I won't get too much into the outside reasons for it, but the handling of Kang and the way that's gone down, like it's like there's no sense of there's no connective tissue here. I don't know what I'm watching, and I am so ready, right? I am so ready for DC to start whooping ass.
Yeah,
I am ready. And I said this to RJ yesterday, right? The big three of the superhero genre is Batman, Superman, and Spider-Man. Marvel own none of them. They share one of them, and if they screw up,
but they don't own it.
If you get Batman and Superman slapping, like don't get obviously we love Wonder Woman and Green Lantern, cool, but Batman and Superman, that's the two. If you get money making, regardless if they're connected or not, you win.
Yeah,
you win. They're done. Marvel finished. I don't mean they're finished as in they're never going to put out movies and whatever. Obviously, it's hyperbole. They're still going to put out movies. It just means that Marvel are going to get spanked for a bit.
It's one of those things that my boy Critical Drink.
I'm ready to see it.
It's one of those things that my boy Critical Drinker was talking about, like it's the superhero fatigue. However, like you're not gonna be able to. Some superhero movies are gonna do well, and then there's gonna be some superheroes movies that are just not gonna do that great. However, like Jacob, we talked about this before. Kevin, me and Jacob used to talk about this before, that the superhero movie is the new Western. Like there were so many superhero movies coming out. There were so many superhero movies coming out. You didn't know what to do. You couldn't even keep up with all these or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's to the point. It's still to the point to where, like, will superhero movies do good? Yes. They're not going anywhere, people. They're not going to go anywhere. But it's one of those things of, you got to get me really hyped up for a Wonder Woman movie now. Like, you're not just going to, I'm not going to just show up to a Wonder Woman movie or whatever. Like, it has to be really good if I'm going to be dropping $20 or whatever.
I need to be pulled in now. I'm just getting a bit bored. And I know some people say, oh, you're not a true fan, but the fuck that shit. I'm tired of people saying that crap. These are the same people that would eat whatever they're given, don't ask questions, buy more products, don't ask questions. It's like, because like, come on, man.
Like, hot take. I love Deadpool and Wolverine. I think it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie, but the plot was horrible. It wasn't that good or whatever. Like, and not to say that, you're supposed to, like, it's a Deadpool movie, you can get away with it. Like, once again, it's like a 9 out of 10, great popcorn flick with your boys or whatever. But if we're talking about plot wise, if you focus on the plot, I give it like a 6. However, and that's just being generous. However, like because like the Deadpool #1 was always going to be the #1 Deadpool movie for me, but Deadpool and Wolverine was kind of like a, how can I say it? What's the word? It's a popcorn flick, but what's that word? Like overwhelming or whatever. It was like, you were expecting a lot, but you didn't get a lot. However, So that's how I feel about it.
Yeah,
it's a popcorn movie or whatever. However, it's not like a Spider-Man No Way Home where, like, it was a great popcorn flick, but it was also it had a better plot. Like, I'll raise that up to a 7 or 8 or whatever. Like, it had a better plot or whatever. But because it still has problems. It still has problems in the movie in No Way Home, but like, you can forgive it or whatever. It's not like I don't dive too deep into it or whatever.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm the same.
They've written themselves in the corner.
I'm not complaining for the sake of complaining, but it's just when you see these articles, like, where the MCU is heading, I'm just like, you get real. And when you come here, you get real. I don't fabricate my opinion or mold it to appease people. I just tell you what I think or feel on any given Sunday. I'm just a fan, like anyone else. And I'm just speaking my truth. It doesn't mean that I'm going to go and be a toxic arsehole about it, but it doesn't mean I'm going to sit there and consume everything either. It just means that as of right now, I'm not where Marvel's concerned. Yeah, you can have like the evil Avengers show up in Doomsday. You can have a Hydra Cap. You can have a symbiote Spider-Man. You can have a Tony Stark as Doctor Doom. You can have an evil Thor. Fine, cool. Is it cool to see? Yeah, seeing the Psycho Rangers and Power Rangers was cool to see. Like, I need more than it looking cool now. Like, I need it to mean more than, oh, it looks cool. Like, I need it to mean more than that. And to some people, hey, that's asking too much. To me, I don't think it is. I think to me, I'm asking the right questions here, because right now I don't give a frog's fat ass about Marvel. Oh, but Daredevil, yeah, should I'm giving it a chance. But even then, Deadpool. Then Daredevil alone is not enough to. It's not enough.
Yeah.
Cue the freaking.
But it goes back to what I've been saying. It goes back to what I was saying, like before. Like, okay, you can bring in the X-Men, you can bring in the Fantastic Four, but if you still have the same writers that are still doing all these projects, and even if you like narrow down the projects and you still got the same writing team or whatever, then you're not changing anything. You just cut down on some management or whatever. That's all you did. However, it's not quality because you still got to make a good movie. However, you still got to make a good TV show or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And so that's how I feel about with Marvel and with and the thing about Daredevil is once again, it's just okay. It's not the worst thing that I've seen, but I did not like the fact that they did not have practical effects in the fight scenes. I did not like that. I do not like this digital CGI crap that they got going on for Daredevil. That's horrible. Like,
I mean, I understand that they've got to give him a CGI buff if he's going to be in the MCU to keep up with the other guys. That's fine. But the problem that I have with that statement is it's so overused. It's like there'll be moments where Daredevil does this and it's clearly CGI. You tell me you couldn't get Charlie Cox to just jump down a platform.
Yeah, that's the same issue.
Like, come on. Excuse me.
It's the same issue. It's the same issue I had with how they did Tom Holland's fight scenes in like the majority of his projects. Like I think like for a majority of his fight scenes, even scenes where he was just standing in the costume, it was CG. Like, I understand you need to use CG in certain situations. I think that's fine. I think it's just the way they're using the CG is my biggest problem.
They're overusing it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, for real.
But what do you guys think is gonna? What do you think is gonna be the plot for Doomsday with this whole entire Secret Wars thing? Like, you think he's just gonna erase all the universes or whatever?
I think that you're gonna see moments where Tony Stark he's now Doom or whatever, and he's going from Earth to Earth, just killing them off one after the other, and then there's just survivors from each. And the thing is, I don't know how I feel about that, because then you're just going to bring people back for cameos to kill them off. Like I didn't like it. I didn't like it in Doctor Strange 2, and I won't like it here. Like I didn't like it in Crisis on Infinite Earths when I did it in the CW. I don't like it. It feels so. Well, it's all about purpose. If you're going to bring people back, if you're going to bring actors and characters back, like Clyde says here with, all the Earths coming together as great battle world.
My biggest problem with it.
But the problem is they won't have enough budget for every single actor or actress to live through. They'll have to pick a select few. So if they look at, let's say, the Miles Teller Fantastic Four, they'll probably keep Michael B. Jordan's torch. They'll kill the other three. Or they'll, when they look at the original X-Men, they'll keep Hugh Jackman and maybe Storm.
Yeah.
They'll kill off Scott again. They'll pick and choose certain things, and then they'll bump the other ones off. And just seeing it like, oh, it's good to see them again. It's like, yeah, but the thing is, Secret Wars and Crisis on Infinite Earths is the same purpose. What the original comic was intended to do was there was like 7 different comic book lines that were running at once, and people didn't know what the timeline was. So it was basically
especially newer
every comic together, and then just
like, because
we're gonna see a lot of death in these movies.
Yeah, like the purpose of Crisis was to get rid of the multiverse, which in retrospect it came back anyway. But the whole purpose was to make it easier for not just current readers, but newer readers that want to get into these comics. Oh, it was so overwhelming. That's the whole purpose for these bigger events. But my problem with how they're doing this here, one, there is zero buildup for this. Two, you don't even have a new Avengers team yet. Three, I already know they're gonna butcher this storyline because these writers have gone on record saying they don't even look at the source material. So my faith in this actually being a good adaptation is zero. Because here's my thing. The center conflict, it's Doom versus Reed. I don't even think we're even going to get that if I'm being real. I don't think we're going to get to see that. We might see remnants of it, but I don't. Well, I just don't know if we're going to see it.
So okay, so I'm glad that you said about like not reading the source material or whatever. Like, okay, to a certain extent, I get what the producers are doing, but this is what we were talking about last week. Listen, you have to read a little bit of the material to kind of get what's going on or whatever. Like, you know, because obviously you just freeballing it ain't working or whatever. Like you it's like, look, okay, because you didn't pay attention to the source material or whatever, Moon Knight could have been a good show if you would have just copied like a story from Moon Knight or whatever.
The wall and you're seeing what sticks. Like that's all it is.
Yeah, they could have made a
it's
Moon
like
Knight, an actual vigilante.
Secret Invasions could have been a good show if you would have paid attention to the source material or whatever. Like, you know, that's all I'm saying. Is like, you know, you should like. I'm not like depending on what the situation is or whatever. You got to have a little bit of both. Like, because
there needs to be
balance. I'm sorry, most of the. In my opinion, this is just my opinion. Most of these writers right now, they don't got no talent. They don't have the talent. They're not good or whatever. Like, you know, because Kevin, once again, like people, I know you guys told me like last week the studio does this and that, and that, but like, you know, Kevin Feige is approving it. But that's what I'm saying. Kevin Feige is approving their writing. Like he's saying it's okay. You can just put it out there. He's the he's the stamp of approval for it to go or whatever.
He gets the final say.
Yeah, there's plenty of blame to go around. I mean, and also on top of that, you know, another issue that they're facing, Mahershala Ali as Blade. That's a great casting, but the story didn't need Blade yet. They just thought Mahershala Ali said, "Hey, let's do Blade," and then they were all like, "You know what? Fuck yeah, let's do it." Kevin Feige gets out a little hat, does a bit of promo. Where's Blade?
He didn't do nothing because he don't care. He don't care. Another point.
And if you want to talk about all this like diversity shit,
don't care about black superheroes. Don't care. They don't care. I don't care what nobody say. I'm still down on that hill.
Blade has been shafted, right? Again, Armor Wars, non-existent. So Don Cheadle's been screwed over.
I'm pretty sure that's
America 4 for Anthony Mackie. Like I will still never get over this. The fact
and it still hasn't have a recast for T'Challa. They still have not recasted T'Challa.
Well, that's a separate thing, you know. But you know, with what's his face, Don Cheadle, he said Avengers Endgame was the first time he felt like an Avenger. That's a problem. That's an issue.
Yeah. How do we not have a new Avengers yet?
This is what I'm saying. There's a missing movie. I would have literally. I still stand by what I said. Before this Doomsday shit, there should have been an Avengers movie like last year with Sam, with Bucky, with Rhodey. With anyone that's as a stepping stone. And you keep the plot simple. You keep it a simple plot. You have like Ultron resurfacing or something. So that way you keep it personal.
Or the Masters of Evil or something.
Yeah, like you keep it personal. Yeah. The attachment to Ultron is there.
Keep it grounded.
How much of an arsehole Ultron was. It reminds him of Tony. So it keeps the personal stakes there. But also it tests the new Avengers and how they can work together.
Well, the thing is, like...
would have slapped.
Don Cheadle's character... Don Cheadle's character was the Skrull all this time. So, like, he didn't even get to... He didn't even get...
My God, that's stupid. Like,
I
get they pulled stuff like that in the comics, but here's the thing: there's certain context. There's context given why they made those decisions in the comics. What they didn't with that decision, they just did just because.
But the thing is with that though, like, and to echo your point, there's a comic for any type of story. So when people say it happens in the comic, like, yeah, I know it happens in the comics, but just because it happens in the comics doesn't mean you should do it live.
Some comics are crap.
Some of those comics are shit.
Yeah, like the majority of the Ultimate Universe.
Like, there's a reason why even look. I
know how you slide that in.
I'm never gonna get over that.
Yeah, that was pretty smooth. I'll give you that. There's a reason why, while watching the X-Men '97 series, I hated the fact that Magneto and what's her face,
Rogue
got together. I didn't like it in the comics. I don't like it now. I'm not a creep. It's weird. I know. The dude's like 60.
That was
it's weird.
That was me when I saw that in TASM 2 they were going to do the BS storyline with Peter's parents. Like, oh god.
But it's in the comics. It's like, yeah, but in the comics, right? You've got storylines where freaking, I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go.
Oh yeah, you mean when Gwen Stacy had an affair with Norman Osborn? Yeah, remember that?
Or Professor X had feelings for Jean. And I'm not just talking about after.
That's what I'm saying, man. Just because it's in the comics, it doesn't mean that just because it's explained doesn't mean I have to like it. And the fact that, in the comics, all right, Rhoda give you a straw. Okay, cool. But it doesn't translate to the MCU. One, because it's a different story. Two, I don't know how I feel that he didn't get to say goodbye to his friend in Endgame. I don't know how I feel about that now.
Because like they have to just imagine you have to be the agent to tell Rhodey, like, yeah, Tony died. Wait, what? Like, he's dead. Like how?
Like, I'm so.
There was like no.
He didn't even get to attend his funeral, bro. That's just the thing. He didn't even get to say goodbye to him or anything, bro.
A horrible decision. It's just like we now I know we're going in circles. There's no plan. Like they waited like what 5 years until we get another street level project. They completely butchered Thor's what was left of Thor's character. They completely butchered what was left of Hulk's character.
Oh yeah.
No new Avengers. There's no connectivity.
And you're
like 7 storylines going at once. Well, the Shang-Chi
post. I'm just gonna.
Where did that go?
I'm sorry. And you expect me to trust them with the X-Men? Nah, I'm good. Like, I don't trust them with the X-Men, dude. Like I have every right to say like they are going to mess up the X-Men, in my opinion. Noah, what's going on? They're gonna. In my opinion, they have the right to. I have a big vibe that they're gonna mess up the X-Men, and also I heard that the Young Avengers are supposed to be in this Secret War movie, and they were supposed to have like a big plot.
There's no build up.
Boys. Before we let Noah cook, I'm gonna echo what I said at the start of the stream. I'm ready for DC to start spanking some ass. I'm ready. I'm sorry, it's time. There's no way
Marvel. I hope DC does do good.
No, because there's no
I hope
way.
They do.
No, because we want Marvel and DC to be strong together, because then it forces the other person to work harder and to do better. Imagine a world where they're thriving at the same time. That's still possible, but it needs Marvel to take a fat L first. Because, they've taken L's, but they've got no one that's challenging them. If DC get Batman and Superman working, regardless if they're connected or not, if you get those two working, it's wraps. That's all you need. That's 2 of the big 3. And Spider-Man isn't even owned by Marvel.
I think Superman, for my Superman prediction, I think Superman just has to do like good, however, not great, but just good. Like, just get the word out that it's a good movie, however. That's how I feel about the Superman thing, however.
That will
go ahead. What is your thoughts on the MCU?
Noah, cook, Noah.
What is your thoughts on the MCU?
Well, I've been saying I think Doomsday and Secret Wars is gonna be freaking a mess. Like every single news that's come out of these movies has been,
bro.
But every news that's come out of it has just been a form of being desperate in one way or another. There's been no like news about this movie that's been like a creative choice. It's just look who we're bringing back. Like. Look what another storyline we're adding to this movie.
It feels like a 12-year-old wrote it.
It's like there's I'm not excited for. I'm
this is
checked out.
their decision making. Hey, you remember this character? Remember this character? Remember this character? Yeah, he's in this movie.
No,
that's decision making.
The key jangle.
It's gonna be a mess. It's gonna be a mess. There's no build up. There's no build up to this movie.
Thank you.
I called this for years. I called this for years, man.
That has set up Doomsday, and we're almost a year away. Like, what is no? That's not.
Don't be surprised if this movie gets pushed back.
It should, and it shouldn't be. Spider-Man shouldn't be in between, but that's a whole other thing.
Thank you.
That's a whole other discussion.
The whole reason team up movies work is because there's build up, and the whole reason they don't work is because there's no build up to it. Hence,
Batman v Superman.
Hence, Justice League, or Batman v Superman. Like, this is just you're cramming everything in this movie. Like, they're having the White Vision stuff in this movie. They're having, like what you said, the Young Avengers. Fantastic Four. Like at the street level, like.
What is Kamala Khan gonna do to Dr. Doom? Like, that's what I want to know. Like,
I do not care about this Young Avengers lineup. We don't even know who the main Avengers lineup is.
Thank you.
That's my
why it feels like I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, no, but like this is we were saying earlier on. And I've said this for a while. It feels like there's a missing Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because we don't know who the Avengers are.
Because the thing is, they're gonna copy Infinity War and Endgame. The new guys are gonna show up, get absolutely creamed, and then the multiverse guys will show up in the next.
I know I wasn't crazy, but isn't there supposed to be a Black Panther 3 that is supposed to be coming out? Is that still a thing? Like,
in the the story art or whatever it's called that came out a few weeks ago, it showed like there was going to be a Black Panther variant in this movie. It might not be true in the movie, but the story, the
leaked concept art that they claimed is fake. Yeah, all right.
So like,
it's definitely not fake.
We all know what this movie. It's going to be a multiversal mess that's just desperate bringing back Chris Evans and Howard Henry.
Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting Crisis on Infinite Earths vibes.
And no one could ever make me like that RDJ casting as Doom.
It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense.
I'm hoping like they do the ballsy thing and he's really like in it for like 30 minutes and he's not the real Doom, but there's no way they're doing that.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love if they do that.
If they fake us all out, but there's no way.
All the fake out, and then
he's getting $100 million a movie. Trust me, he's in that movie.
Yeah.
Like,
I like RDJ.
He only come back if it's for a short amount of time.
Sorry, how much?
100 million.
Oh, that dude's got big ass ego. I'm sorry.
Like each movie, like
the back if you give me bag, like.
I mean, get your bag.
So like because this was his requirements. He said he wanted like $100 million for each movie. I believe it's between $80 million to $100 million. Like just like look if any of you guys can look it up or whatever. He wanted the Russo brothers on this project. And he also said he wanted his own room to himself or whatever. He could eat anytime that he wanted to on set or whatever. Like, they basically just said,
"Wow, you want to dust your shoes while you're at it?" Fucking hell!
Damn, who are you, the president of the United States? God damn.
Well, okay, I hate to say he is the face of Marvel and everything. That like,
but come on,
like, hey. I can't even get mad at Robbie Downey Jr. for asking for those demands. You need me. I don't need you. Like, I made my money. I got an Oscar now. I don't care. The price goes up or whatever. That's basically what he's at this point. Or whatever. Like, shout out to Darius. The price goes up when you win an Oscar. Like,
I mean, the other thing is as well, and I know we've talked about this, Noah, and also Kevin as well, is the minute you bring RDJ back, right, regardless if it was as Tony, fine. But the fact that it's Doom, it communicates a larger problem. Yeah. You've now shot yourself in the foot at having any chance at moving away from the original 6. You've shot it in the foot. You now need
you basically confirm everybody's complaint that the MCU can't exist without Iron Man.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's done.
I mean,
the people that were complaining about Marvel for years at one, like that's as soon as you brought RDJ back, you basically just said, you guys are right. Okay, we're out. We're done. You guys won. They're not gonna say it out loud, but but that's the truth. It's like because everybody kept on saying like
there's such a poor job setting shit up, man.
They need to recast or whatever, but like go ahead, do the exit, do the X-Men. But damn it, man! Like, do I trust you with the X-Men? That's what I'm saying. Like, do I trust you with the Fantastic Four movie or whatever? I don't even care about Fantastic Four, but like, I hope he does good or whatever. I want Superman to do good or whatever.
Also, the Russo brothers can't direct. They really can't. And their newest movie,
their last movie only had like 23% on Rotten Tomatoes.
They are AI advocates in their own movies.
So wasn't the whole point of the strikes to get? Okay, that's a whole other separate discussion.
But I mean, the whole notion, and I sent it into the thing, but like what I read was that Doomsday and Secret Wars are not an ending; they're a beginning, and immediately reboot. They're gonna reboot. And what they'll do is they'll recast Tony Stark. They'll recast Steve Rogers,
which they should have done anyway. But all right,
we're gonna so basically,
and the thing,
anything to do with Sam or the tertiary characters will probably mean jack shit from them because they'll recast the original characters.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Because Anthony Mackie recently said that he signed a 10-year contract with Disney or whatever with the But that's a slave contract, by the way. Like, you don't sign. If I was you, I don't say. That's true. You don't sign that long, bro. Like, but if you're gonna reboot, but I'm going back to the question. If they're gonna reboot or whatever, where the hell is Sam gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell is Sam is gonna do? Is he gonna go back to Falcon, or is he gonna be like?
That's the thing. If you reboot, what do you undo his progress and reset him back to Falcon?
Yeah. Even if you want to go the route,
I would love him to go back to Falcon. Go ahead. My bad, Kevin. Go ahead.
No, that's good.
My fault, gang.
Even if they want to go the route of what they're doing in the comics of Steve and Sam are sharing the mantle. Here's the problem with that. That them sharing the mantle, that was actually built up in the comics. Here, like you're probably gonna have a new Steve Rogers. Like, how's that gonna work? Like they just kept digging themselves a bigger and bigger and bigger hole. I've said this before.
I don't think they're gonna reboot, honestly.
Or soft
at least not a reboot that makes sense. Even
because like you still got like Spider-Man, they're not gonna reboot his whole thing. Like Fantastic Four is just getting started. Like
they're probably gonna split off the universes. Saying they're probably gonna go the DC route or whatever of like this is Black Label. And it's its own universe.
And I remember having conversations with you guys over the years about this. What if they go the two Earths route?
Yeah.
Like
the
MCU,
what's left of the MCU becomes
the MCU goes one way, right? Current MCU stays on its own trajectory. On the other Earth, new Steve, new Tony, that kind of thing.
I'm okay with that.
I could see more like whatever phase they're on after Secret Wars is like
they don't even do phases anymore.
Whatever it is, it's a totally like mutant phase, and like all the movies out of there are just X-Men. Like a little break from
at least for a while.
It's just
a little break from the main, but I don't see them totally resetting.
I mean, like even the casting of like Sadie Sink, just before we end, I want to talk about that. Like the implications that has, like what role is she playing? Like people keep touting her for Jean Grey, and I don't.
I think
they're doing that. Gwen Stacy.
I think they're doing that.
What, Jean Grey?
I think they're gonna because first of all,
I think she might be Gwen Stacy.
I don't think. The only way I could see her being Gwen Stacy is if she's playing Spider-Gwen. Because if she was just playing Gwen Stacy, then they would have revealed it. Like they're keeping it a secret for a reason. They're not revealing she's playing for a reason.
If Spider-Man is a multiverse movie, which it most likely will, then she's good. If she's going to be Jean Grey, then she'll be a Jean Grey from probably another Earth. But the problem, and that's basically to set up her being Jean Grey for like when inevitably it happens. Forward. But my issue is, if she plays Jean Grey, cool, fine. It's just the fact that out of all the I was saying this to RJ, and I'll say this to you guys. I know we joke about it, oh, Cyclops. There is a pecking order here, right? There's Professor X, Magneto, Logan, Storm, Cyclops. How do we get to Jean? Like, no disrespect. How the fuck, like, before the other 5? Like,
I mean, I wouldn't.
Well, it's because like she's the Phoenix.
In the next few weeks.
Oh, then it just sets up the mutant saga.
I wouldn't be surprised in the next few weeks and months we're gonna get more castings for this movie. Someone's gonna be cast as like Iceman, like in the new Spider-Man. He'll be like Peter's best friend in the movie. There's gonna be a bunch. I'm pretty. If especially if these castings come out.
Don't say it, Danny. I know you want to. Don't say it.
I'm not gonna say anything, Jacob.
I can see it in your eyes.
Popsicles. That's all I'm gonna say. Snow cones. Anyway, like, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I think there's gonna be multiple mutants in this movie, in Spider-Man, and I think she will be Jean. And it just seems like it.
Do you reckon
she could be Jean in?
Like,
I mean, do you reckon it's a multiverse casting, or is it one that's set up for permanent?
I mean, the way they could set it up is like, oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's in between Doomsday. Like, who knows what happens? Like,
shit.
I mean, the way they can set it up is like, Peter might just have a problem with controlling his powers, like in the animated series, and like she could hint like, "Hey, I know a guy, that's good at that type of stuff," hinting about Professor X.
In the process of doing these movies and these shows, it's like they just said, let's just put I know you would describe posters and stuff for movies and shit. Just put a bunch of characters in there. Just throw everything in there. Why don't you? Doesn't matter if it's
heads.
Shang-Chi post-credit scene. Where the fuck did that go? Nowhere.
Bro, I wouldn't be surprised if they make her the fucking villain.
Jean.
I mean, Jean is crazy. Jean is powerful, man. She can't be a villain.
We get to see Cyclops die again.
Oh, great! We're gonna see Dark Phoenix again.
Maybe
we're gonna see the Phoenix saga
again. You think they have the cojones to make her Madeline Pryor?
No. I mean, look. For anyone that's cast in anything, they have my full support and backing 100%. They're doing their job and whatever else. And I'm sure Spady will have the range and the acting chops to do whatever is thrown at her. I just think with her casting, call it Stranger Things, but she was so good as Max. She plays the punk rock role so well. To play a role like Jean, and I say this in a nice way, Famke Janssen. Like, I mean... That's Jean. Sophie Turner, I didn't buy as Jean Grey one iota. I didn't vibe with it. I just didn't vibe with it. It was like
she looked like she camped it in when she was playing Jean.
Jean is a woman. Like, come on, man. There's a reason why Logan and Cyclops are always fighting over her. Like, as much as I fucking hate that shit. And they better not fucking do that going forward. I've had enough of that crap.
I hope they go the X-Men Evolution route.
Thank you.
X-Men Evolution route. X-Men Evolution route is the best way you can go.
Because if you do that,
that's the thing. Like,
if they're casting Sadie Sink as Jean Grey, then they're most likely going the Evolution route. Then
that's like the only pause I can say. If that actually is Jean, if that's who she's playing, that's the only pause I can say.
If it's Sadie
Firestar.
Like I said,
I honestly would prefer her as Firestar than Jean, if I'm being honest. Because if you're gonna put a mutant in this movie, why Jean? Like,
yeah, exactly.
The two that I would have expected.
I think there's gonna be a few of them.
Yeah, the only two that I would accept to be in the Spider-Man movie would be Bobby. Would be Bobby or Shadowcat because of the whole the connection they had in the Ultimate Universe.
Like, think about it. This Spider-Man movie is gonna have a whole entire different cast besides Tom. Like, Zendaya is probably not gonna be in it. Like, Ned's probably not gonna be in it.
No.
If Zendaya is in it, it's probably gonna be for one scene.
I mean, also, if this is a multiverse film, which it most likely will be, they'll definitely be doing a lot of seed planting.
Sony loves that money, man. They love that multiverse money. Like, hey, how about, can we do a grounded street level movie?
Yesterday.
Of course not.
What really pisses me off, right, is the fact that we're going into Tom Holland's fucking, was it fourth film now? We have to wait till his fifth outing as Spider-Man to get grounded street level Spider-Man.
Who even knows that will happen?
With him.
Exactly.
And no, I'm sorry. I've been saying this for years. Can Tom Holland's Spider-Man please stand on his own merit and let him just not have anybody in his movie? Like, you know, it's like, listen, like that was that's what always been my problem with the Tom Holland movies. It's like I feel like, you know, there's always it's Tom Holland plus one or whatever, or Tom Holland is connected to Tony, some type of thing or whatever. And I was hoping that
the Sony contract that the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland have to have an MCU character in it. That's part of the deal. Like,
oh god, that's stupid.
It's literally
okay.
Spider-Man has like he's worked with other heroes, and other heroes have popped up in his books, sure. But the thing is, in between those moments, Peter has to, for the most part, Peter still has to figure shit out on his own.
Yeah, because that was my main problem with Tom Holland's Spider-Man was because, like, I'm sorry, he's Spider-Man. He doesn't need Tony's approval. He doesn't need him. Like, I did not like Mr. Stark stuff. Yeah. Like, I thought it was always lame and stupid or whatever. I thought it was dumb or whatever. Mr. Stark, I didn't like I know a lot of you guys don't like the Iron Boy Jr. thing, but I'm gonna say Iron Boy Jr. stuff or whatever. It just annoyed me because, like, he's Spider-Man. He doesn't need Tony. He's arguably smarter than Tony. Like, seriously, like, that's like, and stronger. Oh yeah, like, if Spider-Man is not holding back, he kills Iron Man. I don't care what nobody says or whatever.
Yeah. No, Iron Man had plot armor during that fight in Civil War in the comics. Yeah.
It's like Spider-Man, yeah. Listen, I want Tom Holland Spider-Man to do great. I want him to be free or whatever. But, like, it seems like we're not gonna get that. And that's why I will always keep on saying Toby's the GOAT. Because, like, Toby felt more like Spider-Man because he didn't.
That was just unnecessary. God damn it.
Because no, it's not, and it's not because it's not Tom Holland's fault. It just felt like, you know, Toby just Toby just felt like, okay, like, I can relate with his Spider-Man a lot. I don't know. Maybe it's nostalgia, or maybe it's just, you know, like, I just felt like the stories were written a little bit better or whatever. But, like, every time when I see Tom Holland Spider-Man, it's like a mini Avengers movie. I'm like, okay, or like it's some. You know,
I've always
you get all three. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I'm sorry, I've been rambling on. Go ahead.
It almost feels like to me that for some now, this probably actually isn't the reason. This has always been my headcanon. It feels like they try to base Tom Holland's movies off of the Ultimate Spider-Man cartoon.
I can
probably, yeah, I think so. Or whatever. Yeah, because like
our first episode, he gets recruited by S.H.I.E.L.D. He gets all this advanced technology he's completely irresponsible with. They put him on a team with 4 other heroes he's never interacted with before. They even had a whole episode of him simping over Iron Man. Actually, he was a bigger simp in that one episode than Tom Holland was in those first 3 movies.
I mean, like, I get it for the MCU and the storytelling and what they're going for. Mm-hmm. So I get the angle that they went for it. But now is the cutoff point. Now is the time when Noah finally
becomes the Spider-Man.
I'm not the Spider Boy. I'm the Spider-Man. You know, I'm locking the fuck in. You know, that's it's that transitional period that every man or woman or whatever goes through when you break free of your mentors and you come into your own adulthood. And that's why Spider-Man is the best superhero, because he's relatable. He's the everyman, and that's his journey. He doesn't have it all figured out. He pieces it together as he goes along. And we have seen that. And now's the best time.
You don't do No Way Home. You don't do a scene like that in No Way Home where he gets the actual suit like that he made, and then like he runs off in the snow, and like it's a perfect setup, a perfect ending for the best setup ever. And you're telling me, guess what, guys? No street level, because, you know, who cares about that? We need that multiverse money. That's what it is. We need that multiverse money.
Yes, exactly. It annoys me. It really irritates me.
It's a mess.
It is.
But let's talk about some DC for a little bit. Like, enough about the MCU. Let's talk about some DC.
Well, I got about 10 minutes and then I got to bounce. But like, we can spend the last 10 minutes talking about DC. I think I'm looking forward to where DC's going. And I know I say this for jokes, but the castings that they've decided to do, obviously there's still some stuff that's up in the air, Aaron P. Yeah, no, sorry, there's an opportunity to rhyme there. Sorry. There's some stuff that's up in the air in regards to like Batman and Superman, whether they'll be connected or won't they, or will they, or whatever the fuck. But I think when you look at the scope of where DC is going, they're taking their time. They're doing one project at a time. They're making sure each one counts. And for me, I think, DC and Marvel go hand in hand, and when DC starts slapping ass and putting out banger after banger, then it's going to force Marvel to get their shit together, and I think it's just going to be so satisfying to see DC finally have a resurgence after years of BS. Finally, after all this time, we can finally say, we've got a good Batman, we've got a good Superman, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little nervous because like as much as I love James Gunn, and you guys see it too, the man got an ego himself or whatever, because he has to put himself
he put himself in Creatures Commando intro.
He put himself in everything. He even put himself in Creature Commandos. And like, okay, Creature Commandos was like who I am.
Basically that.
Will I rewatch Creature Commandos? No, not really. Like I thought it was just an okay show.
I mean, it's alright.
It's alright.
Overrated as fuck in my. It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
No, I'm a little nervous about this Superman movie because like every time there's always something with this Superman movie that's coming out, like it be either being good or bad. Like the screenings were bad, but then like a couple weeks later it's good, or like the CGI was a little bit off or whatever. I don't know, man. July 11th needs to hurry up, man. Like we need to go ahead and like see this movie already.
Yes, we do. It's time. It's time. I think what we can do though is just play it by ear and just see what happens as time progresses. But it's just it's one of them things where I'm ready to see DC start to take some shine back a little bit, take some W's. Like now is the time, because it's just I'm so 50-50 with Marvel at the minute, and the only way for them to get their shit together is for DC to kick their ass for a bit. And the thing is, it's not like, as I said, it's not like Marvel haven't been taking L's. It's just there's been no one to combat them, so their L's, you have nothing to compare them to. But if DC get their shit on, then it's like, I mean, you put out 7 projects of straight trash, a big old piece of trash, compared to DC that have put out one that's actually slapping hard. I'd much rather go.
The Penguin should not be in conversation. Like, I'm just saying, like, as far like like when you hear the Penguin, you don't think a great show until you watch it or whatever.
Exactly. Like, Penguin is one of the best shows I have watched in years, and the fact that it's that good. But when you look at when you're actually a fan of the content, like we are, you don't think of Penguin as the character that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Compared to the other characters. If they can do that with Penguin, just alone, I'm excited. I'm intrigued to see what they do with it.
I'm gonna let them cook.
Let them cook. Warner Brothers need to cook.
Warner Brothers. I'm intrigued about this film. I still have I'm still gonna keep my expectations low, but I am excited to see what James Gunn is gonna do with this Superman movie. I do like some of the decisions he's made. I still am very iffy on Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner. That's who I personally think they could have found a different actor. Yeah, I get it's in the comics, but come on, that's just not gonna work. But I'm intrigued to see what he's gonna do. I've had my concerns about the Green Lantern project, but I have faith that Aaron's going to do a good job as John Stewart. I'm just really worried what I think is going to happen with Hal is going to happen in this series, but I'm gonna
Hal's going to be the villain.
Fuck.
Oh, they better not do that.
Because they
I
claim
don't
this
know
could be a
DC
murder mystery. If they do what I think they're going to do, where Hal is the one that's been killing people and he's being possessed by Parallax, I'm not going to like that. I'm not going to like that. They did that with
that comic.
Beware My Power. I hate that. I hate it in the comics, and if they're going to do this again, I'm going to be really annoyed because they'll just be copying Kyle's story and giving it to John.
I don't know what's been wrong with DC lately, but like for like the last last 2 decades, they hate Hal Jordan for some reason, man. You
remember Mike Gardner or some shit, or whatever the other one's called. Why the OG? What's this obsession with trashing the OG?
I have a theory, but I don't know if I can say it on stream. It was a specific thing Hal did in one of the comics, and older fans will know exactly what I'm talking about. But in his defense, I'm pretty sure that story was retconned.
Thank God for that.
Yeah, because that was fucking weird, even in the 80s.
I just want it to be a simple passing of the torch show. They have a buddy cop series for 1 season, and then Hal says, "Look, I'll be there if you need me. Justice League set up. I'll be there if you need me. But you can take the mantle for now," which is what they did. Hal Jordan joined the Justice League. John Stewart was the main Green Lantern.
Yeah.
I think Hal. This is what they're probably going to do with Hal. Give Aaron's John Stewart like his purpose throughout the DCU is to like get Hal to come back to the good side. I think that's what's going to happen, man. I think Hal is going to be the bad guy at the end, whatever. I think him and Sinestro are going to be like teaming up with each other, and like it's up to Hal and
well, you're going to put that boy in the hospital.
It's like it's up to John Stewart and Guy
to see what they can do with Sinestro
to get them. Yeah,
well,
I think that's my opinion.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, because
John and Sinestro team up anyone?
Yeah, I think Sinestro in the 2011 film was all right, but we didn't really get to see much from him because that movie did so ass that end credit scene went fucking nowhere. But I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Sinestro in this series.
I just love. Sorry, side note here, boys. I just love how I say, "Yeah, I'm about to end in a minute," and then this motherfucker down here, every time, and he's frozen, Let it go. The thing is, I can see all like the display icons where like on the side now because StreamYard shows me. I'm seeing just promotion. Like literally, there's There's Kevin with Speed Force Legion. There's Cinema Kings. There's Peter and Miles podcast. Yeah, just promote your spin-off. Yeah, you know what?
Shameless plug.
Plug away. You just promoted it for us. We didn't have to do anything.
Yeah, plug away. Plug it away. Yeah. Plug that shit. Happy birthday, Cody, if you're watching. But fuck it. Yeah, I'm tired. I love how RJ joins in.
RJ thoughts? Oh,
that's his thoughts. He's out of here. Return with the milk when you're done. But
RJ's in the sunken place.
Damn, the milk though.
I mean, my dad never came out with mine.
Damn.
Oh.
And I don't think he should come back either. Hello there. Oh, it's a cat. Anyway, sorry. Oh, it's a cat.
I think on good note, just for the big up the superhero stuff, the Invincible stuff is good. Go check out Invincible. And check out Solo Leveling in anime. Solo Leveling from Solo Leveling from Evan.
Solo Leveling, is it good?
Solo Leveling is great. It is great. Like you can be a non-anime fan and you can watch it. You guys will like it at whatever. Solo Leveling and the Invincible. They're really good. whatsoever.
What service is it on?
Oh, they cooked with those last 2 episodes of Invincible.
Invincible's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Okay, no, because I had a friend, newly made friend, so shout out to them if they're watching me. Talk about solo leveling, and they showed me like the lead guy, with like a blue aura, I guess you could say, around him.
Yeah,
Aura.
Here we go.
Here we go. Okay,
Miguel Gauntlet.
Danny.
Yeah, those two show.
Closing sentence of wisdom.
Closing sentence of wisdom.
Yeah.
MCU, do better. Do better. we paying you. You do better. That's all I gotta say. You gotta do better, and shout out to my boys from for the homies. Big Dog Jake, plug. Phantom X. Yep. So we got big things coming on, man.
Yep. Another plug. For fuck's sake. All right. Noah, closing.
Thanks,
closing
Jacob.
Lakers in 5.
Brilliant. Kevin, closing sentence.
When you're making an adaptation, read the damn source material, please. Don't be a Snyder.
That goes for every Snyder out there.
Snyder fans.
Kevin's right, though. He's right. And Jacob, closing sentence. Do better.
Do better.
That's all I got to say. Thank you guys for joining us. We're getting back to form slowly but surely. New Jersey is around the corner. Back to formula. Simply put, like I said at the start of the stream, I've been so busy.
Karate Kid movie.
New Jersey and Ben Wang and trying to save up for New Jersey and all that other stuff. So once New Jersey is said and done, we can do the Kings of Pop Culture reboot and start fresh and whatever else. So expect a lot of these impromptu streams for the next couple of months to whet your appetite, pause, and give you your pop culture dose as we progress into a new era, because Cobra Kai is dead. It's done. The show's over. I love it to death. But, here we are. Miguel or Robbie?
Doesn't affect
my life.
Yeah, exactly. Doesn't
affect my life.
Doesn't affect your life. Doesn't affect your life whatsoever.
Kenny wins. How?
I don't believe Kenny would whoop his ass.
Well, I don't believe it. Kenny would whoop his ass. I mean, I'm just saying, the power scaling, just because I have to say it on air. If we're looking at the kids, correct me if I'm wrong at any point. All right, Axel number 1. If you say anything else, you're chatting shit. Okay, right? No, for real. Axel number 1. Miguel and Robbie at number 2, interchangeable depending on what the plot needs. Okay. Juan number 3, Sam number 4, Tori number 6, Zara number 7, you number 8, Kenny's potential number 9, and then Hawk.
Yeah, damn. I'm putting Sam above.
I'll accept it.
Yeah. I long term, I'd say Sam is better than Quan, just based on like right now.
The defense.
Yeah. Long term,
Sam does that pose with their fucking foot up.
Oh yeah, it's over. You're cooked.
I'm not gonna lie, that pose makes no sense. It's very much they're keeping in line with the crane kick maneuver.
Yeah.
Like it's a cool move, but you have to walk into it for it to have any effect.
I think it's just
Devin walked into it.
Oh, and also I will say that you look at the new dojo. I'm glad Anthony's getting his shine, which I called, by the way. And I'm glad that Devin is, getting her shine, which we all thought was going to happen, despite him making Kenny shit himself. Other than that, Kenny's carrying that dojo, and the rest are all.
Oh yeah,
Kenny's winning the next 4 All Valleys.
Yeah, everyone else in that dojo is fucked. It's Kenny's world. We're just living in it. Anyhow, see you guys soon. Marvel, do better. DC, don't let me down. John Cena, heel turn. I'm here to see it in him. You know how I've been saying recently, what we have to ask fans, what are you actually doing? What are you contributing to society? Let's ask the real questions. Cena had that when he trashed the WWE crowd, and I was here to see it. I was very much like, I'm living vicariously through this. This is great. But yeah, peace out. Enjoy the promotion for Speed Force Legion, for the homies, Peter and Miles, Cinema, whatever the dynamic, however many there are now. Enjoyable.
Well, Jacob, what are you promoting?
The stand more.
It doesn't matter what you're promoting.
Oh, fucking.
And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
I think he needs a throat sweet, to be honest, because he's always got a sore throat.
He's from Texas, man.
Accurate, very accurate. Right, okay, just for old time's sake, where is it?
Okay.
No, wrong one.
Hey, yo.
That was sus.
Well, there's nothing sus about it. I just put the Hulk's art on screen. No. What is this music?
They changed the music. They changed it.
Oh yeah, they changed the music.
Wait, what? They changed it?
No, I'm tempted to go back.
Yeah, they changed the music.
Old school music.
Nah.
I'm tempted to
That
do
was
that right
iconic.
now. No, hold on a minute. No, I'm not.
It might still be there. It's just not the default music anymore.
No, I'm not having that.
What the hell?
It sounds
your
like
own
reading
audio?
Rainbow.
New age of Kings of Pop
It
Culture.
sounds like reading Rainbow.
Sounds like mall music.
It doesn't fit the vibe at all.
No.
it doesn't.
Reading Rainbow. I can go anywhere. Let's take a look.
There you go.
It's
I've got
in
the
a
old
book.
music. Feel free to
Reading
shout.
Rainbow.
Jesus Christ, dude. Right. Feel free to shout over it as much as you wish.
Oh boy.
What? Join my coffee.
Just play the new one.
Nah, this doesn't.
Nah, it doesn't.
It doesn't fit.
Can't yell over that.
This does affect my life. I don't like it.
Yeah.
No, this that.
And
Hashtag not my StreamYard.
Not my StreamYard. This does affect
Hashtag not my Batman. Hashtag not my Batman.
what the hell is wrong with you? I'm really asking.
Yeah, for real.
Let's just go with old school. End the
stream now.
cut the feed.